I forgot my passport at home. Backstory. Why did I even think that this appointment was 11? Possible mission, not Tom Cruise. Hi, morning. I hope this is bright enough. I think this will be better, but I don't know if it's going to. Nah, it's gonna put pressure on my skin. Hi, good morning. We are in Athens, and I just wanted to do like a short video while I get ready for my day to show you guys or tell you guys how to get your Greece visa if you live in the UK. My experience, my process. This is going to come with a little bit of backstory because the struggle is real. I went through this process multiple multiple times. I don't even understand why in the first place that I had to go through it multiple times. But anyway, I'm going to do my makeup while I'm at it. I'm not a makeup artist, so I'm just going to do my regular makeup and tell you guys the story. So before I got this visa, it took me going to the VFS office almost like 4 times. It took me going there like 4 times. I'm also using my phone as my mirror, which I don't have any option because I don't think, I'm not sure, I didn't pack any extra mirror. But anyway, so the first couple of times I had tried to apply to a different Schengen states, which, once you get the visa from one of the Schengen states, you can travel to all of the Schengen countries. So I had applied to one of the countries. I think it wasn't Spain. I think it was the Netherlands that I tried to apply to at the time. And my very first experience, good. I got there, waited, queued up for hours. And I think, was I working that night? And I'm not sure if I think I was working that night. I can't remember. But I got there, queued up that day, almost 4 hours, got in, waited for my appointment, for my appointment time, because you have to go your appointment time. Waited for my appointment time, only to get there and I forgot my passport at home. Yeah, I forgot my passport at home. So I had to obviously go home because they can't do anything about it. I have to drop my passport and for them to give me the visa. I thought I had gone through everything and it wasn't even like the guy couldn't even attend to me. So I went home, I was really sad, wasted effort. So I went home that first time. And after that, after a couple of months, because the problem is getting dates are really difficult. The dates are not there. You'd be very lucky to get dates safe 3 months, 4 months ahead, because some of them, they are on the website, the dates are not available like throughout the year, so they drop the dates for a couple of months. So by the time you have to keep checking almost every night. You have to keep checking to see if you will find any dates available, which is what I kept doing. And at this time I worked night shift, so it wasn't like a difficult task for me. I'm up most time in the middle of the night and people are sleeping, not a lot on the internet browsing, so it's easy for me to be awake and be searching all of these websites to look for this. So I ended up going the second time after I got the date for another country. I think it was Sweden this time, and I can't even remember what happened. I was with my passport this time around. I remember to go with my passport, but I think when I got there, they said I didn't have all of my documents, that I needed to have a couple of things. I needed to have my flights booked and I needed my account statement for 3 months and not just for a month. And I was like, why? What's the point and all of that? So I ended up not doing the appointment that day after I had waited and waited and waited and all of that. So that was my second experience. And then the third experience was the worst of them all because I actually did everything right. I did everything right. I was working that night. My appointment was in the morning, so I got there really like super early and we waited outside. The VFS office in London opens at 8:30. So we're quite on time there waiting for them to open and all of that. And they opened. I got to the door, showed them my appointment letter. First of all, I got the network was really bad. My email wasn't opening and I didn't print out a copy of the appointment letter, but it was on my phone. So it was just a matter of me opening the email to show them. I kept looking for this email. I couldn't find it. I thought my appointment time was for 11. 11:10. It was actually for, I think it was for 10 or 9:10. And the guy said, no, I have to go and come back, that it has to be towards my appointment time. So my battery was running really low at the time, and my phone was just overheating for unprovoked. I couldn't really do much about that. So I stayed outside. I was like, you know what, I don't want my battery to die on me while I was still standing outside, because then where will I charge it and all of that. So I quickly called my friend who lives in London, and I went over to her place. So I got to her place, and I plugged my phone. I was really cold. I felt like I was getting even sick at the point. I was shivering and all of that. So she made me a cup of so I had coffee and biscuit, and then she made me eggs as well. So I used her laptop. I logged in with her laptop to my email. I was looking for this email. I couldn't find it. I was so sure. So I opened, because everything I do, mostly like with work and emails that contain appointment, are always scheduled on my calendar on my iPhone. So once I book for anything with my phone, or even on my phone and my laptop, are all synced together. Once I have that book and there is a time and date for something, it automatically schedules on my calendar. When I pulled up my calendar on my phone, I was like, look, I have this appointment. I now clicked on it, and I saw the time that my time was supposed to be early, not even at 11, it was around 9. So I was like, why did I even think that this appointment was 11 and not 9? Because if it was 9, they would have probably let me go in and all of that. I still couldn't find my appointment letter at this time. I was so distraught. I kept trying to change my appointment date on the system. It wouldn't change. I tried everything, it wouldn't change. So apparently, you can't change your appointment on the day of the appointment. You have to be able to change your appointment a day before your appointment. Anyway, I was so frustrated. I was like, you know what's the point? I'm working tonight. I still need to get some sleep, because I think I had finished nights the day before, and I barely even slept, and I came out to do this thing. So I was like, I need to get home. I need to sleep. And because at this point it was almost 11 o'clock or something. So I needed to just go home and sleep and just take my mind off, because there's nothing I could do at that point, and I couldn't go back because I couldn't even find my appointment letter and all of that. Okay. And while I was doing all of these things, I kept trying to log into their portal. For some reason, it was not opening. We tried everything. I was trying, I was trying on Adana's laptop. She was there with me. Tried on my phone. It just wasn't opening. The devil really said, you're not doing this thing today. Said what I said. So it wasn't really opening. I got so frustrated. I was like, do you know what? I'm going to go home. That there was no point. I got home, try not to think about it. I just, had a shower, had another tea, and I went to bed. I wake up at 4. I was like, you know what? Let me even try this nonsense again. I wake up at 4, go onto my computer, and this nonsense website with my appointment letter staring right in front of me. This is after I had gone back home. And this is after I had gone back home, because my appointment time have passed. I can't do anything about it. And even if I still had time to have the appointment, I actually couldn't go back to have the appointment anymore, because it was 4 p.m. It closed at 5. It's hour plus train ride from where I live in Kent to go to London, and I'm working that same night, which means I have to do everything I'm doing and get back to Kent before 7 in order to get to work. It was an impossible mission, and I'm not Tom Cruise, so that's how that one went. But the good thing about, and this at this third time I was actually applying to come to Greece. The good thing about this one is that applying to Greece, you don't have to pay before the appointment. You actually make payments there at the office after you're done with your fingerprinting and all of that. So I at that point I felt like, you know what, I'm not doing this nonsense again. That's it. This is the end of it. I'm not about to be keep playing. What's even this nonsense? Let me finish traveling to all other African countries and all the other places, interesting places. What's in Europe that I'm looking for that's stressing me like this? I don't like stress. If you know me, I don't like stress. I like soft life, babe. Anyway, yeah, that was it. So let me quickly do my brows. I don't think I'll be able to do my brows while speaking to you guys. Just give me a little second. I'm not doing much, just literally just to fill it in. I think this is fair enough. I don't know. Anyway, I was really, really sad. I was speaking to one of my friends about this, and she's like, you know what, let's apply together and go one last time and all of it. So, and I remember from the second time that I went there, the guy there who didn't want to attend to me, because so for you to actually get it's almost guaranteed that when you apply to Greece visa, you get the visa, right? Almost guaranteed. But you have to do a couple of things when you go there. So number one is, as aside from obviously the visa application that you do online, you have to have your travel insurance. I did my travel insurance online for a year, and it was about £16 for a year. That's the least, the basic one. It's about £16, and it runs for a whole year. So, and you do the travel insurance for all Schengen area. That's tip number one. Tip number two is you have to book your flight. Now, being a Nigerian that I am, I had a little trust issues because I was telling myself, what was the point of me booking my flight when I'm not even sure I'm going to get the visa? From where I'm from, we don't play like that, because there is always that possibility that they will deny you visa. Okay, it's a thing. So, however, my friend told me how she can book flights, and instead of paying immediately with your card, you can offer to pay by bank transfer. So your booking is valid for like, I think, 48 hours. So usually you do it that morning of your appointment, and you have your booking reference and everything, have that printed out, and you can use that. You just need to see there's a ticket for you, a return ticket to be exact, for you to go and come back. So yeah, she did the booking for the two of us, and then obviously you have your accommodation book with free cancellation that you can cancel ahead of time. What else? You have a valid passport. You have 3 months statement of account to show that you have an income and that you have enough money to travel and come back. Ideally, you should have something from £1,000 and above in your account, depending on the number of days you're applying. On the application, it tells you to have an equivalent of £50 to euros per day for you to spend per day in your account. So that equals the amount. So at least, I would advise you to have at least like £1,000 in your account. So you have that statement printed out as well. What else? If you are working, you have to have your pay slip past 3 months, a valid pay slip for the past 3 months printed out as well, because they need to know that you have an income, or you're going to be able to sustain yourself on the trip and all of that. So all of these documents I already had. I have printed all of that. Also, it helps to have like a letter of appointment or a letter from HR stating that you're an employee of so and so place. Basically, that you work for them, they know you. So anyway, you need your passport, account statement, pay slip for 3 months. Yeah, you need a utility bill that corresponds with the address that you have, or bank statement as well to show that you live somewhere, you're a resident of the place that you said you are. So, and let all the addresses on your bank statement, on your pay slip, on your utility bill, they all need to be the same address. So bank statements, utility bill, travel insurance, booked accommodation, flight book, and that's it. So you need all of this to apply. One very interesting thing that happened to us was that my friend didn't have some of the documents printed, and when it was our turn. We were so lucky because the girl that attended to us, she's such a patient person, and she's a very kind lady. So there are some things that we didn't have on, like my friend didn't have on with her, and the girl kept on like, hey, you need to have that printed and all of that. And she was patient enough for my friend to go out, print these things, and come back. And in fact, one of the documents at some point, she was like, do you know what, send it to this email and I'll print it right off from here. So she handed out the email on a piece of paper. She went ahead to print this thing, send the email, because in the VFS office, they have like a small business center there, which they're not helpful, by the way. If you ever want to print something at the VFS office in London, do not bother even trying to print it from there. They can print it for you, but like when you have to print something from your email, that the most unhelpful people, they're supposed to pay to use the facility and to use all the equipment there. But if you don't know how to work the equipment, no one is even going to come out and help you. Even when you ask them questions like, can you help me do this, how do I do this, they're not going to come and help you. They did not send you at that point. Do you understand? So yeah, anyway, she went outside. They had like people outside that are in different vans, like in minivans, with their mobile printing equipment, like a mobile business. So those people were the people that she ended up going to, and they printed all the details of everything that she needed. So they printed everything for her, and then she came back and we finished the application process. Now you have the option of coming back there to pick up your passport when your visa is ready, or have it couriered to you. We opted for the courier option because there's nobody trying to jump a train and come back to the FS office for an hour plus just to pick up my passport. So we opted for that option of having them deliver it to my house. The visa fee that we paid for was £117, if I remember correctly, and I think the courier fee was about £20, which by the way is a rip-off, but yeah, it is what it is, so I can't complain about that. It's either you come back and pick it up or you opt for the courier option. And yeah, that was how the process went. The visa time took, I think, about 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks plus. It takes between 2 to 4 weeks, and they will tell you to, if you're planning to go somewhere, book 3 months ahead, just to avoid any delays that might happen and all of that. But the actual period length of time that it took for our passports to come back was about 2 weeks, 2 weeks plus. Yeah, including weekend. When our passports came back, Greece people, let me just tell them, they're very stingy. I understand that this is sort of like, it's a tourist country and they make most of their money from tourism or having tourists, come and visit and all of that. But guys, they're not generous with their visa at all. There's nobody, it's not like France. When you apply to France, they give you like 6 months. These people legit gave me at least 3 weeks. 3 weeks starting from day that I said I was going to travel. So if I'm meant to travel, let's say 2nd of August, or in my case, November 2nd to 11th, they gave me the visa for 3 weeks, starting from November 2nd to like 26th or something, or 2 weeks plus, whatever. I did not do the math. So they will give you that length of time that you say you need the visa for. In some cases as well, my friend, when she got her passport, I think because the duration time that she put that she was going to stay was a bit longer than mine, they gave her a visa for like 1 month. I've had someone else who applied, even though her application was a bit different because it was school related and the applications were done from the school as a group. She ended up getting her visa for 3 months. I think they offered her visa for 3 months and she ended up using multiple entrance. She ended up using like for a couple of times. Another thing that the lady who attended to us at the DFS office explained was that if you know that you want to travel to like multiple Schengen areas or countries with that same visa, it helps that when you're filling out your application, you impute that you're going to all of those Schengen countries. One, it increases the chance and the duration of visa that they are going to give you. So for example, if you intend to go to come to Greece and as well as go to Spain, Italy and France all in one trip, you can enter all those the places that you are going to on the application and list like where is your first port of entry, where is your exit port of entry, how long you intend to stay in each Schengen area. Then all of these things help when they're giving you the visa for the duration of time that they need to give you the visa. That was one thing that she told us that was really helpful, and I was like, if I ever want to apply for this visa and I intend to come through Greece again, this is something I'm going to do. I'm going to input all the places that I intend to go with this visa and how long I intend to stay in each place. In that way, they will not just hand me a 3-week visa at the end of the day, because I was so stressed out trying to get this. Ideally, you shouldn't be that stressed out, but yeah, my experience was stressing me out so much. I don't really blame them. A lot of the things that happened were actually my own fault and my own responsibility, but still, it doesn't make it easier that because I felt like, I think it was my second experience, that the things that I could have just done on the spot, printed, whatever, and the guy was really, really mean. He said, oh, everyone is allocated 5 minutes. It wasn't even up to 5 minutes yet. Okay, it wasn't even up to 5 minutes. Could have easily let me do all of those things, handed you all the documents, and that was it. But yeah, that was my experience to applying for Greece visa. I'm pretty much done with my makeup. I think to some certain level, I'm just applying the powder. I'm going to apply some blush, add some color to my face. I don't know if I want to do any eyeshadow, but I'm definitely going to do an eyeliner. Yeah, I'm going to do an eyeliner, finish up with some gloss. I don't know why I have strands. I hope I don't look like a mad person. So if you're applying, learn from my mistake. Yeah, that was it. I hope this little video has been helpful. If it has, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm going to do another video, or probably add it to part of the travel vlog for Athens. Details of my hotel, how much I spent, cost of the entire trip, and what I felt like I did wrong, and what I can do to change that. Basically, I'm going to either add it as part of this vlog or do like an dedicated, like an entire video, entire short video to that. Hopefully that helps someone who is thinking or looking to apply or come here, to have like an idea or like an estimate, a budget of what the entire trip should cost and what they should budget for it. That is it. I'm done with my makeup. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, give it a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.